Welcome. Appreciate y'all for coming through. It's Voch. For those of you that may be new here, this is the season for in-game film sessions. These films are a little more detailed than the ones that I've been putting out in the off season. And in case any of you guys are super new, you can tell me in the chat box how new you are. Offensive line is how I get down. I would say that it is my area of expertise, as humbly as I could possibly say that. So with that being said, I want to talk about today your two offensive tackles, how good or bad I feel like they played, and I want to talk about your running back as a runner, pass catcher, and as a blocker. This should be fun. First play off the rip is an incompletion from Rand Dakota Prescott. He ended up having a good game, but the first portion of this game was crappy, not even in the terms of just putting the ball on the ground, but just like as a whole, like everything that we were doing was pretty trash altogether. Let's take a look at Ezekiel Elliott first, right? And I would say that this was one of 3 blocks that he missed all game. And this was just a positioning thing, right? Like him just kind of overextending towards the middle of the pocket there just to kind of work himself back to the outside. He worked himself out of position, trying to get into position quickly. Now, I don't mind Zeke jumping out of Dak's lap right here, because we actually want this. Some running backs in college, and definitely it kind of happens in the league, they'll get right in front of their quarterback and just hang out there and wait for a block. And what happens is they get punched in the mouth, they go backwards 2 yards, and they hit their quarterback. So I'm actually happy Zeke did get the hell out of the way. But it's just that he overextended it a bit and he couldn't get a good block on the linebacker there. And my tackles were fine here. And I wish this is the technique that they use the whole time. Hey man, we're just gonna do whatever we got to do to keep the inside safe. We're just gonna run these guys outside. If they did that technique for the duration of the game, then we'll be fine. But of course, they did not do that for the duration of the game. So let's just keep watching and see what other little notes we can find. All right, so let's talk about this. I want to look at both of your tackles here, but we're going to start with Brandon Knight, your left tackle. He's right here. So this is what I mean by you don't want to be in the quarterback's lap catching people. And this happens with a lot of offensive linemen because, in college, the ball is going so quick. They're not used to, I would say developing pass sets. Let's just say that. So what happens with Brandon Knight, and this will get better over time. He's kicking, but his pass rusher isn't engaging. So if I'm Brandon Knight, I'm stopping my feet right here and waiting for someone to come to me. I don't need to keep giving ground, but that's not what Brandon Knight did here. Brandon Knight kept giving ground up. Then when he got hit an additional 3 yards backwards. Now, Dak Prescott didn't get hit on this play in particular, but if it was a little bit closer, that could have been a bad situation. Catching people is not ideal. But if you take a look at Terrence Steele right here, Terrence Steele flat out caught this dude, right? Whoever this is pass rushing on this side, he just flat out caught him. And you see how much ground you give up when you're catching people. Now, what they did do in the middle of the game, and I do like that they made this adjustment, that they noticed where they went wrong and they made the adjustment. They actually started kicking less, giving up less ground, and punching to deliver the blow. Now, that's fundamental damn offensive line, but damn, Carl Lewis, like they just didn't do it this whole first half. So what you get is a bunch of defenders in the pocket of your quarterback, which is a lot of bad throws, a lot of fumbles, a lot of turbulence. We'll continue to look at some more of that later, but let's just keep on watching, see what else we can find. Now, I don't know what the hell was going on right here, but the right side of the offensive line just came off the ball late right here. So if you're Zach Martin working on the inside, you have a little less room to navigate. So maybe you can get away with, getting off the ball late. But if you're Terrence Steele and you're not as good as Zach Martin and you have to defend C-gap, you're not allowed to get off the ball late, because if that defender gets to your back hip quicker than you can react, I mean, that's ball game, right? And that's exactly what happened here. Take a look at Terrence Steele, right? He's going to come off the ball late, but the defender got to his back hip like immediately, and he got Zeke hit up there, but Terrence Steele just wasn't good this game. He wasn't good pass setting, right? And I made the notion that I was confused when he was first named the right tackle starter, because I was just watching his college film and his Senior Bowl film, and it wasn't great. He was losing all of the pass sets. Well, he's not a good pass blocker. He's better in the run. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, man, Terrence Steele can't be doing that, man. We need you to come off the ball and do a little something. Not bad by Brandon Knight there. We're moving on. So at some point we're going to talk about Terrence Steele and his pretty solid run play right here. But I just want everybody to take a second to appreciate Dalton Schultz on the right side of your screen. I'm going to put an indicator up right there. Take a look at Dalton Schultz right there, man. Fighting with that defensive end right there. Fighting with that edge guy over there. Just take a look at Dalton Schultz right there, man. We're going to have a real conversation about Dalton Schultz, man. Me and Fusty King probably do that at some point this week, man. But that dude, all right. Now let's take a look at Brandon Knight over here. Pardon me, not Brandon Knight. Terrence Steele on the right side of the offensive line, the left side of your screen there. Like I said, he's proficient as a run blocker, but I say this with all the context in the world. As an undrafted free agent dude that's coming in as a swing backup tackle kind of guy, and I think now he's probably the backup swing tackle dude in my opinion. I don't even know if he should be on a team at some point. He's not a great pass blocker. Not at all. But if you had to live with him somewhere, I can live with Terrence Steele as a run blocker. Is he good? I ain't saying all that, but I can live with it, or at least until we get Leo Collins back. So I think Zeke's patience has been a talking point for the for the offense this season, right? A couple things I want us to look at. There's going to be a wall, and this is blocked nicely, by the way. Take a look at your left tackle, left guard, center, right? And then we're going to look at the wall that they make on the left side. But then I want us to take note of Zeke's patience as they set that wall up, then him hitting the actual hole once he gets, or just at least running towards his blocks once he gets there. These blocks are set up because of Zeke's patience. That is a nice, let me go back. That's some nice run blocking right there. That's some good offensive line run blocking, right? That ain't porn necessarily, like that ain't O-line porn. That's some damn good run blocking. This wall, if I feel like editing, I'll put a line up there. It like this wall that we made through these guys being, get out of there. We made that through these guys being athletic enough to get upfield, created, but then Zeke being patient enough to let this block here develop, this combo between Connor Williams and Joe Looney, right? If Zeke bolts upfield, then 45, the linebacker, can get the angle and come over and just tackle Zeke because there's no blocker with that angle, right? But the fact that Zeke was patient enough to let Joe Looney come off and seal 45, right? Boom, 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 a little bit more. Now we have this wall of protection there, and Zeke just doing the rest, finishing the run on the back end. I like this too, man, because Zeke is being patient. He's being wiggly, but he still finishes his runs. That's good stuff. All right, it's the second quarter. It's 2nd and 1. We're on the 2-yard line. We got watch out! Psh! Boy, you should have put your seatbelt on. Sit down while the bus is in motion. Psh! And look. This young man getting his life taken away. This young man getting his soul lifted ain't the worst part. Psh, okay, there's a collision, right? Where did this slide come from? Why is he sliding? He's sliding. Nobody touched you. Cut it out. What are you doing? Get on your feet. Stop it. Let's watch this cartel view. I ain't even got no analysis. I ain't even. Oh, wait. Is he balled up in a fetal position? Looking like Yamcha over there? What is he doing? Get up, Yamcha. What? Yamcha KZ. My goodness. My goodness. Psh. My goodness. I ain't got nothing else to say, man. Moving on. Let me see how let me at least see how the line blocked here. Let me at least see how the line blocked. Let me see. Let's see what Terrence Steele did. I can't watch because I'm looking at Zeke. Psh. Like I said earlier, man, Zeke is just, this is probably the best he's looked in a while, and, this could be blamed on him actually having an off season now. But he looks to be in great shape. Like I said, great patience, some good little wiggle. I'm not really caught up on his burst. I never really looked at Zeke, Zeke as a bursty guy, but even with having all that, he's still running with power. He's dragging guys along with him. You know what I mean? Like, if there's going to be a defense that we play against, and there are going to be plenty of defenses like this on our schedule, if there's a defense where, like, they don't want to tackle, like, they're going to have a hard time with Zeke, man. Not a bad block here by Brandon Knight. Not a bad run by Zeke. To be fair, Brandon Knight should probably have been the right tackle last week because he has the experience to be swing tackle. He played for us last year and played some good minutes for us last year. So if we can criticize, let me pause this. If we have a criticism for the coaching staff anywhere, there has to be a reason why somebody looked at Brandon Knight and what he did last year and his NFL experience. And you can ask all of the YouTubers, right? I mean, even I was on the point of, hey, Brandon Knight should be swing tackle guy, right? And I think we were all shocked when Terrence Steele was the dude. You know what I mean? So there has to be a reason. And, I love to get on Dallas Cowboys, media for asking bad questions or whatever, but there has to be a reason why Terrence Steele was given the nod over Brandon Knight, last week versus the Rams or whatnot. So I don't understand, man. It's another good block here from Brandon Knight. I'm mixing these names up, but I'm good. Solid block there from Brandon Knight. But yeah, man, like he's clearly the better of the two. So when we get our tackles back, when we get Tyrant and Lael back, I really don't need Terrence Steele on this team anymore, to be fair. And that's me being as nice as I could possibly be about it. There was actually a point in the game, and I saw a lot of Cowboy fans on the social media machine. They was like, yo, Voch, like, why are we getting the ball? Like, why are we getting rid of the ball so quick? Why don't we take more shots downfield? Well, sometimes in order to keep the pass rush like solid, you just got to get rid of the ball quick. You know what I mean? You just have to make the adjustments there. And shouts out to Kellen Moore and even Mike if you want to give him credit for that. But hey, man, if we can't hold on to blocks to get the ball downfield, then we just got to get rid of the ball quick. That just is what it is. So then they'll ask you, right, what makes Zeke the best running back in the league? Like, why is he better than Saquon or whoever, right? Just show him this play right here, man. Take a look at your running back 21 and watch how he helps Brandon Knight over there, man. Just watch how he helps Brandon Knight over there. Just the want to. Want to is half the battle. Tenacity is half the battle. Initiative is half the battle. You know what I mean? And then he's gonna get up and try to go out for a route, man. That dude's physical, bro. Ezekiel Elliott is physical, and he may have lost a little bit of weight. I'm trolling when I say that. I don't think Zeke ever got fat, but Zeke's always been physical, man. Zeke's always been physical, and he's always played big boy football. Let's take a look at Terrence Steele. All right, never mind. Let's move on. One last play. Let's take a look, see what happens. Let's take a look at Terrence Steele first. Your right tackle, left side of your screen. Let's see what he does first. Kick. Not a bad block. It's not terrible. What about Brandon Knight on your right side? What does he do? Got his hands dropped, but whatever. He's good to go. Zeke laid somebody else out. Look at this. Let me slow this down a little bit. Boom. Zeke versus 43 right here. No, 45. Pardon me. One-on-one block. Zeke versus 45. Just laying people children out, man. Yo. You lucky to have that dude, man. You're lucky to have 21 on your team. Listen, man, I ain't want to hold y'all too long, technically. Not really, kind of, sort of. But, yeah, that's Ezekiel Elliott and your two swing tackles. I think we're only going to have one swing tackle moving forward. I just need Lael to get in shape and to fix his hip or whatever the hell wrong with him. And Tyron Smith to come back and we'll be good to go, man. But in terms of swing guy, I don't want Cam Fleming coming back. Irving. Yeah, I don't want Cam Irving walking around talking about some, hey, man, can I be swing tackle guy? And then Terrence Steele walking up like, hey, man, can I, take my turn and be swing tackle guy? I think it's Brandon Knight or nothing. It just is what it is. That's just my thoughts and opinions. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. We'll get into something else later on. We'll see what happens. Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski. Turn on your notifications, man. If you hit the bell and you're not getting notified, then unhit the bell and hit it back again and re-notify yourself so you'll know when I drop these film sessions and live streams in the middle of the week just like this, all right? Y'all hold it down, man. Peace.